Hello, good morning. Just finished the gym, and now I'm here to do the popcast. And I don't know. I woke up on the petty side of the bed, so I don't know if that's a bad mood or a petty mood. We'll see. We'll see what commentary I can provide during these stories. Let's dive right in. So, have you ever wondered how farms like scare away like wolves and predators from like their livestock? Because it's like a thing. They have preventative measures, obviously fences and all that stuff, but they actually use sounds. And fun fact, the huge argument that Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson have in the movie Marriage Story, which I think was on Netflix, is one of the noises that the USDA uses to scare wolves away from livestock farms. Evidently, it's really jarring to wolves. Also, ACDC's Thunderstruck is another one. The more you know scares wolves away. If you ever are being attacked by a wolf, just put on Marriage Story or ACDC's Thunderstruck. George Clooney did a movie with Adam Sandler, and he just did it, I should say. And he says, quote, he's actually a really beautiful, wonderful actor. He's not just a good comedian. That's kind of shady. How do you work with somebody and say, he's actually a really wonderful actor? Why did you sign up for that? I mean, Adam Sandler's done quite a number of films, and Happy Gilmore 2 is very successful. It's one of the most successful films for Netflix. So, George Clooney, shade. Celebrity friends who had public breakups include Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. Remember that when they were no longer friends? Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper. Ooh, that was really nasty. Also, Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez. I love a good petty friendship beef because it's so funny when two people are like best friends and then they're immediately like enemies 3 weeks later. That's just very entertaining to me, the petty side of me. A list of 90s TV shows that have changed the world includes Twin Peaks. Never saw it, don't know. Charmed, which I did like back in the 90s as a kid. The Simpsons, which I started watching when I was like 8 years old or 9, something like that. That definitely changed the world. Seinfeld, wasn't a big fan of that show. And The X-Files. A lot of these are 90s themed, and the only ones I can say are Charmed and The Simpsons. But yeah, if you like any of the 90s shows, feel free. I would say Buffy the Vampire Slayer should be up there as well. That was really, really good. A new study says Bluey teaches kids to be resilient. So if you are letting your kids watch Bluey, that's a really good thing, which helps them overall manage stress, regulate their emotions, and build better relationships. And they actually perform better at school by watching Bluey. So yeah, put Bluey on. Put it on all the time. Beyonce did a new Levi's ad where she starts on a horse and ends up in a motorcycle. And a lot of fans think she's transitioning from country to rock for her next album, which is what has been the fan theory because she kind of did disco house, kind of like pop, for Renaissance, where she had like a disco horse, and then she did the Cowboy Carter, which is her country album. She won Album of the Year at the Grammys, which a lot of people are hit or miss on if she should have won that, but she won it fair and square. And so the next fan theory is that she's teasing a rock album. So we'll see what happens. Beyonce is a woman of mystery. She does what she does, and it always goes ultra successful. I will say I got to see the Renaissance tour in theaters. I couldn't afford to go because the tickets were like $5,000. Plus, she didn't come to Colorado. But what I saw in the theater, I loved. And everybody said really good things about the Cowboy Carter tour as well. So who knows? Maybe I'll go to the rock show. Despite releasing 2 singles this year, Chappelle Roan, or Chapel Roan, however you pronounce it, doesn't have an album in the works. She says we might not get one for another 5 years. Quote, I'm not that type of writer that can pump it out. Keep it. I don't really care for her. And I'll leave you with the craziest story that I actually posted this on my Facebook page yesterday, and I just want to talk about it because this is wild. I don't know who would do this. It's very sad to think about, but it's nature, if that makes sense. A zoo in Denmark is breaking news headlines after asking people to donate their pets that they no longer want or can take care of so they can feed them to the lions and other apex predators like tigers and all that good stuff. It's a true story. Google it. I'm not lying to you. The Aalborg Zoo in northern Denmark made an appeal on Facebook last saying, did you know that you can donate smaller pets to us? And they're not just talking about sick pets. They only accept healthy ones. That's the kicker. They want your healthy pets. And, it's not uncommon for a lot of people who I find to be evil, surrender pets, and maybe they have good reason, but the people that I've known that have surrendered pets, it's not a good reason. So people are losing their minds on social media over this because what kind of absolute villain would donate their cat or dog for something like that? I just can't believe it. But here's the kicker. It turns out that dogs and cats aren't a part of it. According to the zoo's website, they only accept pet rabbits, chickens, guinea pigs, and small horses. And don't worry, they say your child's beloved bunny will be gently euthanized before it's torn apart by the wild animal. So they actually do put these animals down thoughtfully, humanely, however that works. I don't believe that. They explained that the zoo animals, including big cats, should really be eating animals whole, fur, and all. It better simulates to what they would do in the wild, and it's a win-win because nothing goes to waste. According to their website, you can donate to 4 animals at once, and they're also tax deductible. I can't believe this story. I don't get it. Well, that's the Popcast. Can't make this stuff up sometimes. So if you are thinking about surrendering your pet, don't do it to a Denmark zoo, because that's what's going to happen to your beloved pet that you no longer care about. Go to bobbyatdawn.com for my website, for all my links, all my social handles, all that good stuff. By the way, I'm on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, if you want to subscribe to my podcast there. Apple's my personal favorite because you get little notifications to your phone. It goes, bing! Bobby released a new podcast. And I have to leave you with a brief message from my sponsor, CS Custom Blinds. Not only do the exteriors like the Sunsetters, which is a motorized retractable awning experience, so awesome. I've actually gotten to install a couple of these bad boys, and they're just really, really cool. They're really giant, and what's cool is you actually meet the owners, locally owned and operated in this community for 15 plus years. They come out to your house, they measure the structure, they see if it's, functional and what the space would look like, and then they install it perfectly, and then that's when they need the muscle. So I helped install a couple of those, and it was pretty amazing because the homeowners were just falling in love with their home all over again, and that could be you. And also, it's not just exteriors, it's interiors, blinds, shutters, shades. It's really a home makeover and a way for you to fall in love with your house all over again. I've got all 3 in my house, and have to say, the shutters, chef's kiss, those are the way to go, because they just add a lot of beauty and ambiance, and I would say a quality of rich to your house. And they are functional too, because when that sun's beating, that afternoon sun, when it beats into my living room, I just crack the shades a little bit down, and it keeps the cooler inside and that hot air outside. And guess what? I save money, which means I can go to Raising Cane's. Call today for a free home estimate, 719-344-2799, or visit them online at cscustomblinds.com. CS Custom Blinds, they are Colorado owned for your Colorado home. Now, if you have not been petty today, take a chance to do it, and do it funny.